episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
Welcome. I'm Mike DeLisio.
You know, I need to go last. I feel like I'm just always being slightly overshadowed.
Well, if you go last, then you can gauge what came before you and go slightly above that.
That's why we should bid to see who goes last.
All right. Let's do it again. How about it? Let's do it again, and I'll go first, then Mike, then you. You want to do it that way?
Welcome to Crowdsurfing, everybody, where we talk about Kickstarters and other crowdfunding projects when they occasionally show up. Hopefully that will be more and more as the year goes by. We only look at games that are ending in the next 8 days, so if that huge game that just launched isn't in our show today, it will be in a future week. I guess that's pretty much all we got to say about that. And I feel like Forrest Gump there briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into our first one, which is actually not even a game.
It's a game.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Oh,
It doesn't even say game, but it is under tabletop games. So
experiences is what they need to rename this category to.
Right. Although it's funny, though, this kind of escape room game feels more like an actual game than some of the other ones. It's based around cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of a seventh continent to it, right?
Right.
Building a big map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sounds neat. I love the escape rooms, and I know Tom really likes the escape room boxes that have bits, that have props and stuff, physical stuff. And this one does. It's got quite a few things in it. It looks neat. I like what they've got going on here with a that you input codes into. Hopefully that's stable and reliable. I think it's pretty pricey is my only issue with a one-shot game. That's a lot of dough.
$51, and then they say on here that it's 60 minutes to 180. So even if we take the average of 2 hours, now it's still cheaper than an escape room.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Wait, how is the 65 locked? Oh, it must be a stretch goal.
It was an early bird, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Well, it's called the late escapist. That's an odd name for an early bird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Love escape rooms, but you're a little late. What does that mean? I'm super confused.
I don't know.
Oh, that one is they unlock after the escapist level is done, maybe. You see how the escapist level there is limited?
Wow. Then why have it? But it's literally the same thing.
But there might be fewer things in it.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I think maybe the late escapist, they won't give you any hints.
Alrighty. Well, I'm sort of interested in it, but you're right. The price is scaring me a bit, and it almost has the look like a lot of it might be handmade.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know.
I like that it comes with a Polaroid.
Like a Polaroid camera, you mean?
It just says Polaroid, Z.
So they take
all it says.
So they're gonna take a picture of the same thing like 10 times.
All I'm saying is I think Polaroid should be incorporated into more tabletop games. That's all I'm saying.
That would be good.
Alrighty. Tarawa 1943, a solitaire war game playable in 45 minutes. That's not a bad pitch.
No.
This is
not a great pitch, though.
It's a bet. I mean, this is not a game, obviously. Again, I feel like I say that every time, but this one looks a lot more accessible than a lot of these games do. Board. Like, that's not scaring me off. That looks good.
No. Right.
The only thing that I don't like is I don't like the card layout.
Sure.
There's a whole lot of text there. A whole lot of text.
But the cover looks great. And I mean, that's a really good cover, actually.
I like the cover a lot. Yeah. I do like also that it seems to be focusing on a period in history that's not overly saturated. So that's exciting. After we've been playing some of these kind of more intro card-driven war games, hey, maybe there's a bigger market out there than I even realized, because I've enjoyed a few that I've played recently. So,
By the way, thank you, Jacob Stein, new member. Woo!
Hey,
all right.
thank you,
Hello,
Jake.
welcome.
All
Yeah,
right.
this looks neat. I gotta say, and this is doing pretty well. It's got like what 33,000. That's good. This looks good for this kind of game, which I normally would not gravitate towards.
Right.
I'm finding it captivating personally. So
Yeah.
All right. The next one here is Carnegie.
say it. Go ahead.
Come on.
Is it Carnegie or Carnegie? And now I'm all confused.
Well, did you watch the video? Because they say Carnegie a lot. Then again, the guy also says Troyes. So there is
He
that.
does. But then he pronounces the designer's name impeccably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right
Oh,
after
he
saying
probably
Troyes.
knows the designer, so that would help. When you know somebody and you like talk to that person, you usually tend to know how to say their name.
I don't know if he knows the designer, Tom, but yeah, this is a really slick looking Euro game, right? This is kind of, I don't know. I do think that Ian O'Toole is very definitely carving out a niche of these games that you can kind of feel his touches all over it. It has kind of this clean graphic design look to it, so that's appealing to me. The game looks like a at least mid, maybe even heavyweight Euro with some economic element.
I like 2 out of every 3 Quinted games. I know I like the last one, and I don't know remember if I liked the one before that. So that all depends. I'm going to have to go back and look.
That's very scientific, yeah.
No, but they do have some misses in their big box series. Their big box series is up to like, I don't know, 20 or something at this point. And some of them aren't that great, but some of them are fantastic.
Right.
This looks like the Euro-iest of Euros.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I don't think the theme is not helping me at all. I don't really like very sort of, industrial economic themes.
I do like that theme.
You do? Yeah, I don't. So the game does look quite heavy. That's neither here nor there. It could be great, could not be, but with this kind of game, the theme's got to do a little more lifting for me. And this
you
one,
can play it on Board
is
Game Arena. That's a pretty big deal. I think that's a bigger deal actually than Tabletop Simulator, because this means the rules are programmed in.
Right. And you have liked some of the games from this designer, right, Z?
I do. I mean, co-designing things, because I don't really like the Western one. What's that called? Carson City. Carson City, I'm not a big fan of.
Carson City.
But I like his co-designs, like Black Angel. He's a co-designer on. That's a great game. So yeah. But this one,
it's true. See, I like Black Angel's okay. I like it. Carson City, I love. Twy did not like.
Troyes.
Gingopolis was fine. Yeah, he's all over the place for me, actually.
Yeah. So it's like, I also the 40 minutes a player. That seems pretty reasonable. About 2 hours for a 3-player game.
Yeah,
maybe a little
I can
long,
live with
but
that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure we'll get a copy of this. By the way, Rob Geistlinger wants us to know that Last Light is his favorite Euro.
Really?
I don't know. That's what he paid to say. All right.
What is happening?
I hope he did.
The Revenge Pirate Dice is next. Hey, guys, it's been a while since I put dice on.
Yeah,
we
have a week.
These are hollow and metal framed resin filled pirate dice. And I think they look kind of cool and yet also somewhat unreadable. But cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't read them.
Well, like this green one here, yes, you can't read this. I thought the blue one's not as bad.
The yellow ones are the worst.
Where's the
I
yellow?
I don't understand why, like, these are so clearly made to look cool first. Like, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Those wide ones.
That's
just meant
what I was
to
talking
look
about.
cool, and you look at them, you go, ooh, ah, but then, you can't read them, like you guys are saying.
They actually, I think these would have looked just as cool without the knives.
I agree.
If you had taken those knives out
and
it was just the number, I would have been all on these. Because those knives are, I look at these, the ones that are unpainted. The knives are, now I will say that these hollow dice like this, they feel pretty cool because they have that hefty vibe, but because they're hollow, they're not very heavy.
Well, that was my
Yeah.
concern. I was afraid they'd be too light, actually.
No, because I don't know. I might get the blue ones. I can read the blue ones. How much are they? I didn't look.
Whoa! Hello. $49 for a set of 5 D6 or
Yeah,
D10.
but they retail for 74, so you're getting a deal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but the 7-piece set here is 69. 49 is just if you want 5d6.
Yowza.
Not so bad.
Okay.
That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough.
Fine. That's fine.
Is it?
You know what? I think they should. No, I'm kidding. This is insane.
Yeah.
You know
Also,
what would be
thank you,
cool? I would
Michelle.
love to have.
Andrew Baker's also a new member. Thank you.
Andrew?
I think somebody should make a little thing. You remember like a Pop-O-Matic?
Mm-hmm.
Where you press it and it kind of like bloop, bloop. I think if you had dice like this that are hollow, but they kind of have these little edges on the inside because of the way they're shaped, right? If they were hollow, and you put them in a little hydraulic cylinder kind of thing with just liquid in it, and as you push this little cylinder, the water jet from below would tumble it in there, and when you finally press it all the way down, you're sitting it on a face, and then you can read it, let it go, and it'll whoop, fill back up again. That is patented now. Don't steal it.
Are you done?
Wow.
All
I
right.
thought you were
No.
gonna
What
say
about
these should
this?
have
Right?
been-
What about this? If you put a straw into
Dice. Adventurers Curated Dice Collection by Level Up Dice. Now, these are filled dice.
Yeah.
with liquid,
No, I think these look actually like very similar to the dice we have in our Kickstarter. They look like they're that same
Yeah.
aluminum style dice.
Right, they do.
They're
From what
not
I can
cheap.
guess, this is all based on, having a set of curated dice for an individual character. So if you've got, a character that maybe is a healer, and you can get dice that have icons that kind of fit with that. I mean, I'm not a big RPG player, so this doesn't really scream out to me, but they do have Paizo behind it, which is a big deal, I would think.
I agree. I like the concept of this is pretty cool. Like you can mix these dice, and it also does work for Pathfinder game.
Sure.
what are you talking about? That's what it's for.
Right. Sorry. And Band of
Are you
Badgers.
done yet?
Oh, I'm actually talking about the project, not some made up mystical dream thing I'm
Let
designing.
me explain how this could be better, okay?
Does it
Think of
involve
like a
bombs?
die, hold it over a Bunsen burner, yeah?
Thank you, Mr.
This-
Dreadful.
This looks pretty lame to me.
And Rochelle again. All right.
To me, it seems a little bit cash grabby. Now that's just an initial. It's like, okay, you've got a number of different characters. You're going to want a whole set of dice that are specific to each character. You've got a lot of dice at that point. So
Yeah, it's just you're an archer and you like the color green, so we're gonna make
I
dice
do
that
like.
show a bow and they're green. I mean, like, come on, you use your imagination. Isn't that what this game's all about?
Right.
This is so lame.
Whatever. I like these here that are dual colors, not the yellow one.
Done. I can't take this abuse from you today.
you like you like the paintball dice, is what you're saying.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right.
No way.
Rochelle wants to know what percent of super chat dollars do you receive? I don't know. I think it's like 90%. I think. I'm not sure. All right. RadLands. This is another huge Kickstarter that happened this week.
Yeah.
This one here is from Roxley Games, which we just got their latest giant Kickstarter in the Dice Throne Adventures, and this
Yes.
looks nothing like that. That one's a colorful fantasy world. This is a neon post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
This one I've got conflicting things going on because
Really?
I think like Z, I love the theme. I like the post-apocalyptic theme. I'm always a sucker for it. It's going to get my attention based just on that. I love the look of it. I'm big for these highly saturated. I've already talked about how much I like Wasteland Express Delivery Service and Dinosaur Island, and this has that kind of an oversaturated neon vibe. And I think the production, as you'd expect from Roxley, looks amazing. My big issue is that I don't tend to love two-player dueling card games. Could this be the one that breaks through? I don't know. I read the rules. I like how simple the rules are. I read them in about 10 minutes, and I feel like I know how to play the game now. I feel like I can actually sit down and play this game, but I don't know. It looks really good, though.
Yeah, to me, this is, I mean, the guy who designed this is like a big-time ex-Magic the Gathering, or maybe not even an ex-Magic the Gathering designer, but like a contractor for Magic or something like that.
Right.
Independent designer, whatever. This seems like an all-in-one box collectible card game. That's exactly what we always complain about. I mean, who's making and kickstarting actual collectible card games? But you give me something similar with a cool theme like this, all work, and it's done. It's none of this. I have to chase down cards or buy booster packs. Yes, absolutely. I'm all over this game.
What are your thoughts on those cards, Z? Because I'm pretty excited about the idea of those cards that you can literally, seems like just bend end to end. And
yeah, I don't know. They explained it in there what they're made out of. I'm not sure if they're plastic, because it doesn't sound like they're saying, oh yeah, these are plastic cards. But they're also saying they're like some weird industrial material. Awesome. I hope they feel well. I hope they're not just sturdy, but they actually have a nice tactile finish to them. So yeah, it sounds good.
Oddly enough, I don't like post-apocalyptic as much as you guys, because I like order and law and
soft.
Please.
Yeah, I like being soft. I like my pillow, thank you. Anyhow, so this theme doesn't do as much for me as you guys. I like the bright colors of it, but I would have passed this by. I would have looked at that and said, because the 2-player thing, whatever. But Roxley has me in a sense, because it's Roxley. Their stuff is bang up awesome looking. You know, they're also took an abstract strategy game, made it look amazing. They took, a small dice game and somehow made that as big of a box as Twilight Imperium.
Also, I can't lie. There's something that is just inherently exciting about a storage solution that includes a place for playmats. There's something organizationally about that is just
agree on that.
Why hasn't that been done before? So, or if it has, I'm not aware of it.
Well, you should, maybe.
What else, Tom? What else has? What else has?
Legendary Villains has a spot in the box for the playmat.
No, I said a game, Tom. Boom.
All right. Well, before we go any farther, Rob Geistlinger is going to talk a little bit more about RadLands, and then we'll be right back.
Hey folks, and welcome to FOMO, the segment where I take a look at a game that's seeking crowdfunding right now. Maybe I've got a fear of missing out on it, maybe you do too, and we take a look together. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a game from Roxley, who also brought us Dice Throne Adventures that I previously covered. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2-player competitive card game, RadLands. Now, I normally don't play a lot of 2-player competitive card games, things like Magic the Gathering and things like that, because it's just too much time sink. Everything I need to play this is in this box, and that immediately drew me in. But the artwork in this game, which I'll discuss in a minute, is really what made me want to play this. This is a simple game. Each player's got 3 camps that they're trying to defend, and those camps will have unique abilities on them, and that's different from game to game. They're going to be each drawing from a shared deck that's going to give us new characters and events that we can play out to manipulate the board state to eventually destroy our opponent's camp. We have water, which is a very rare resource that we are going to be spending to both put out new cards and also take actions from cards we already have out in front of us. Now, the artwork in this game, as I said, it's gorgeous. Normally post-apocalyptic, I can't say that word, is dark and brooding and menacing. This is vibrant and Apple-esque. It's got these pinks and purples and greens, and the cards, almost under the right light, kind of look holographic in nature, even though they're not. I really just, as I looked through the artwork, I was amazed. But this game feels like Magic for folks who don't really want to get into playing Magic the Gathering. And I absolutely adore this. If this is something that interests you, you should go back it right now. I know I am going to. I will say, immediately I wanted a playmat. I'm happy to see you can get a playmat. I would highly recommend, if you're getting this, get the playmat. But overall, RadLands, highly recommend, and I'll see you folks next episode.
All right, let's jump from the future, or a possible future, I guess, to the past.
The future. That's coming.
Rommel in the Desert Enhanced. Now, this is a game that already exists from Columbia Games. Columbia is known as a block game company. All their games, not all of them, but most of the games have these blocks, which are the same as war game chits, but they stand up and there's some basically fog of war involved. This one is one of their more popular titles, and this is an enhanced version to the game. I don't know if I've ever seen the original one. I think it's the same cover. So you probably know already. I like that neoprene mat. That's pretty cool looking, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? That's nice to see that, man. That kind of attention and just that for war games. I don't think I've seen too much of that. Now, war games, I know in the past I've seen paper maps that then you can put a piece of plexiglass on top of that and play on that.
Well, the Columbia games that I played in the past have had it's not paper, but it's like cardstock almost boards.
Yeah, they're not mounted maps, but they're not paper, right?
Right.
This
one has,
because it offers you just the mat. So if you already own the game, you could just get the mat. Although it looks like very few people are doing that.
It's $100.
Well, it's $100, but most people are getting it. Look, 110 people are getting the game and the map.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get the game, and you probably would want that version. I guess if you don't get the mat, the neoprene mat, though, it still has a mounted board, which I think is an upgrade from what it was before.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see those kinds of things being offered.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, then we go to a very small game, but a lot of backers here. The Button Shy Wallet Games Reprint Campaign 2021. So Button Shy has a ton of games, and many people have heard of like 3 of them. And I don't mean that to be a slur on the company. It's just that a few of them have risen above. Sure. And here you're going to pick some, and I don't know that I've heard of many of these. I tried to play Liberation, and I couldn't figure it out, so I gave it to Mike. And he gave it back and said he couldn't figure it out either.
Pentaquark is what you tried, Tom.
Oh, Pentaquark. Right, Pentaquark.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Liberation. Did I play Liberation? I think I actually tried this one.
Yeah, no, I own A Head in the Cloud, so I've played that one.
And?
It was okay. It was not my favorite of the Button Shy games. To me, Sprawlopolis, Circle the Wagons, Tussie Mussy, those are the kind of the flagship games, in my opinion.
Sure, but they don't have people. I mean, they don't need to. Those they do on their own Kickstarter.
Right.
This is a bunch of why I honor.
I love the name of that. But I think that this is a great campaign. I really like that they have kind of carved out their niche. I think that they have gotten more and more kind of in the flow of what they do. So like I think you mentioned this before, Tom, how they've been at the cons lately when we had them with some really cool ideas on marketing their games. I just feel like they kind of started off as a very small DIY thing, and they still are, but they are a DIY thing that is now making over $100,000 on their Kickstarter campaigns.
If I take up any negative here, I think this stuff is cool, and I might back this myself just because I don't know which. The problem is they're just these little games. So if you like them,
sure.
If you don't like them, whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty cool. They found something that works for them that is different from about everybody else, and they're making it work. Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
All right.
Now this
is a low-funded game, but
making it work. I don't know about that.
God Chosen. This is a new and bold take on fantasy board games. Countless hours of adventure, competitive PvP play, things I think that should be in all games, competitive PvP play. But I mean, as opposed to what?
Yeah, what does that mean? Competitive play doesn't that mean PvP? I guess not. I guess you could be.
I guess they're trying to say that this could be done in tournaments. That's what they're. I think that's what it's done. So this looks like
this is about as far as I got. I got to about there, and then I moved on.
I just have no idea what this game is about. I mean, I have literally no idea.
It looks like a wooden action. Dice down there, 20s. I was very confused.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Turn-based strategy game. That's all I know.
I was slightly attracted by the initial look of it. This looks like the game that if I saw a guy demoing it at a con, I would stop 10 feet away and look at it while talking to Mike to pretend I wasn't. You know,
weren't looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would talk to him and look at it the corner of my eye.
You wouldn't be doing either thing, is what you're saying, basically. You wouldn't really be talking to Mike either. You'd use him as a smoke screen.
Yes. I feel like I was really clear on that.
but let me make sure
I feel
that
like
Mike
I need to
understands.
reevaluate our whole relationship here, Tom.
I also
that happened when you called one of my favorite games garbage. So
I didn't say it was garbage.
Ooh. It was
all right.
garbage. Yeah, this doesn't quite look ready for I don't know. It doesn't look all there.
Well, here's another $100,000 prize. 1860
Crazy.
Railways on the Isle of Wight. That's super specific. I know, and I don't want to get yelled at by 18XX games, but I have to say, if you show me the components of one, I would have a hard time telling the difference because they all use that same colors and I guess that makes it easy to go from one to the other. But
yeah, I guess so. They do all have kind of their own twist or mechanical.
But I think they must have some of the same things. They always have these yellow, green, and red tracks.
Yes.
And they're always that same color. They still
have
use
a squirrel in basically all of them.
They're advertising they got paper money and.
Yeah, I think it's a shared aesthetic. I think it's kind of part of the appeal of these 18XX games. There is a shared aesthetic.
Anytime I'm at a convention, every 18XX game I've seen them playing it, they're using poker chips every single time.
Fine, but they can't sell you poker chips here with this. Already it's expensive.
Yeah, how much is it? Ooh, 75?
With an expansion. I mean, look, it's making $100,000.
No. And I think the community is growing because of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I agree 100%. And I do think that it is becoming more widely known amongst board gamers in general. You know what I mean? I really do. I don't know if a lot more people are playing them, but they're at least aware of them. I also think that there are other train games that are maybe not of the complexity level that are causing people to maybe, work their way towards these games.
Yeah. I think the curiosity of these games is going to have more people try them at least.
Yeah.
Which is invariably going to have more people become fans of the 18XX games. It's a win-win for everybody. So, yeah, this is cool. I'm glad to see that these kinds can flourish on a platform like this.
And we've got some good videos on the channel about 18XX games too from Ambi. So
that is true. All right, Pingyao First Chinese Banks. Now this one has been actually we have a copy of this, don't we?
We have a copy of both the game and the expansion, both of which they're selling here. Really? I actually go ahead.
I thought that copies only in Chinese.
Well, here's the thing: the game is completely language independent. It did have printouts of the English rules, so I took it home and I played through a couple rounds of the base game, and it seems like a potentially very interesting economic game. Tom, I think it might be more up your alley. I was having a little bit of a hard time kind of just following the economic theory behind it because it involved kind of like. I think the idea is that it's really based off of these early Chinese banks and the system that they used to kind of create the modern banking system. I will say this, it has some of the most impressive components you're going to see in a Euro game. I mean, really, really like a jewelry box almost, like they show there. So I don't know. I think it's got, dice kind of worker placement as dice, and depending on the number you put, if you have a number that's higher, you get coins. If you have a number that's lower, you have to pay coins.
Yeah, when we got it, I don't think we realized it was going to Kickstarter.
No, I don't think we did.
All right, maybe I'll give it a try. I do like economic games.
Yeah,
this one looks a little heavy, though. We'll see.
It's a good, definitely a good week on Kickstarter for crunchy games, isn't it? There's a lot of
that's true.
Thinky.
Those are the people who are awake in January, February, and back games.
Yeah, I'm glad it's
people are
funding,
like hibernating. What are you saying?
Kingdoms of the Deep. Now this is a lighter game with a really bright motif to it.
Yeah.
Really pretty things. It says it's a follow-up to Animal Kingdoms. What is Animal Kingdoms? I don't think I played Animal Kingdom. Did you play this one, Z?
I did.
I was gonna say, I thought Z did.
All right, I'm waiting.
You want to know what I think of it?
Yes. Was it good?
Watch my review.
All right. Well, go watch his review then, people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kingdoms
Roaring
of the Deep. Oh, go ahead.
I say there's Roaring Right, but isn't there also a Roaring Right? It's so confusing.
I know. Yeah, I haven't played the Rolling Right here. The Animal Kingdoms is a good Rummy-esque card game. It's a good family weight game. This one actually looks less interesting than that.
This
for
looks
me.
like a pure abstract to me. It really does.
I like the art though, but I'm a sucker for anything oceanic. I like the meeples. I don't know. It looks interesting. And look, the boards are shaking.
More game. This is more of a game. Like there's more going on than the original one I played. In that, it loses then that charm of the original being a good intro game, just a good family style introductory game, welcoming game. This then tries to get away from that and runs into other games that exist that are already like this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And therefore I'm like, okay, I liked the other thing.
I would not want to play this without these animeeples though, because the cubes, if I am crabs, I want to be little crabs running around.
I will say this game.
I have no. What?
This game seems to do something that I like a lot in games, which is it looks like it's kind of a player-driven pacing. It's not like a set number of rounds. Basically, every time someone plays a reset card, it moves a token up, and when that's done 9 times, that triggers the end game. I do tend to like games where the players can manipulate a little bit the pacing of the game. So hopefully it's good.
I like that they offer you the ability to get it all there. Now, Lost Kingdoms, I don't know what that one is. That must have been one of their earlier ones.
You got to admit, though, they got a good motif. And if you look at their games, you can now look at one of their box covers and say, hey, I know what company made that.
Right. It's true.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a good look.
All righty. Well, that's it for games. Now we got other things. This is something that I really thought about backing.
Stupid.
Play the video.
This is like
Tom.
$70-some. It's like nearly $80.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, okay.
Play the video.
Okay, I'll play the video. Do people get hit in the eye?
No, but
no, it's just this takes out that thing and winds up a Catapult.
There you go. Now this is my favorite part where they put the little projectile.
He puts it back.
Okay, yeah.
He puts a little wooden ball on there.
Here we go. Look at that. Oh yeah, but they don't really show you how far it goes.
Done. And then
you got to show the actual.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's super disappointing. I got to see the ball hit something or I'm out.
Right.
All right. These I thought looked pretty cool.
These are
tiny
neat.
roads. This is something that I could see me giving like my wife as a gift to put on the shelf. Or even I would put these on a shelf, type of thing. I like the little hedgehog here.
They're very nice. They have that handcrafted look and feel. Clearly they are. Yeah, these are kind of lovely. They feel artisanal and warm and welcoming and super cute. Yeah, I could see a little shop, like a little hole in the wall shop somewhere. Walk in. It's a tiny place, and they have on the shelves a bunch of these, and the person who works there makes them. That's the feeling this gives me, and it's a good feeling. Move to that place and just live there away from people who are mean to me.
This was a crafting that I had never even heard of. I didn't even know that this was a thing. So this was completely new to me.
It's like ship in a bottle. It's just shrooms in a jar.
There you go.
Shrooms in a jar, baby. Welcome to the 60s again.
Folks, if you find interesting or funny or weird or stupid crowdfunding things, email me at tom@dicetower.com. But as a side note, they have to be interesting enough for us to talk about, and they can't be not safe for work. I can't show those.
Man, you guys missed out on something here. I'm telling you, we had a couple that didn't make the cut, but woo!
I guess it's for internal use. All right, Z, what's your pick of the week?
It's pretty obvious. RadLands. RadLands. Not only is it my pick of the week, guys, I'm really, really excited about this. This one is high up on. A lot of times when I do my pick of the week, I can't count on one hand how many times I've backed one that I've looked at and actually backed it. I'm watching this like a hawk. I might just back this bad boy and get it because this seems to be my kind of game, collectible style game, but it's all in one box. I like the theme. I like the look. Come on, it doesn't. What else do they have to do to get me? You know what I mean? This is it.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not going to choose this, even though I do think it's
right.
a fantastic.
Get out.
I don't want to copy Z, and also again the 2-player thing. So I'm actually going to go with Carnegie this week. I'm hoping that's a game that's not too heavy for me. I do think it's a really good looking product. I'm fingers crossed this is going to be a nice midweight Euro.
Oh, it's a book.
I'm going to argue it looks like it's more than midweight, but
I know. I'm hoping it's not as heavy as it appears.
All right, and then my choice will be the Button Shy one because I think it's really cool. Both of yours I'm going to end up getting anyway, but the Button Shy one has brought some attention, at least some of the Button Shy games that I don't have. You know, I know about Sprawlopolis and all those different things.
Yeah.
So, and this week we're adding something new, the People's Choice.
Oh.
So I put up a poll on our community channel of the 5 most well-known projects here. I put Button Shy Games, Carnegie, 1860, Railways on the Isle of Wight, RadLands, and Ping Yao First Chinese Banks.
Can we guess?
Yeah, you can. We got 819 votes. What do you think got it?
Carnegie.
So you both picked each other's? Well,
yes.
Yeah.
Z is right. Carnegie is the People's Choice. But it was pretty close. That was 30%. And Button Shy and RadLands both came with 26%. So we're all kind of on the pulse there.
I guess so, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I'll try to put one of these polls up each week. But they don't allow me to put more than 5 in a poll. So I'm just going to pick the 5 biggest ones or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Each time. So
makes sense.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's it for today. We got other videos going up today, of course. You can check out all of our videos on our channel. If you like this video, give us a like so that other people see it. And tomorrow we'll be back in the morning for Board Game Breakfast. So that's it. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Welcome the RadLands.
I'm Mike DeLisio. Go watch Z's Animal Kingdoms review.
We'll see you next time.